passed.
Thank you. I think that
Great.
should be
Yeah.
thank you.
Wonderful.
Mart, how important is it to actually get out the vote when you're looking at this, you're dealing with side streets like this? There hasn't been too many people showing up so far today.
Yeah, I think that that it's tough for a lot of people to get out in weather like this, and I know Doug Ford is. I think Doug Ford is counting on that. I think his whole plan all along was to hold this election in the winter, a snap election, hope nobody would show up, and I think he's wrong. I think people are going to show up. I think they're going to turn out because this is an important election, and people know that their vote has the power to change things.
We only have a week now for people to decide on who to vote, but we don't have a fully costed platform just yet. Do you have a date for when you're planning to?
It's coming out imminently. I will tell you that. Imminently, yes.
Why did you want to vote early?
Well, I wanted to vote early because, I expect that on election day I'll be busy getting out there and helping other campaigns. So it's one of the things I can do to make life easier for my campaign as well, and to show people that you can get out, you can vote anytime now pretty much. It's easy, it's fun. I get to come here, and you saw I meet my neighbors when I went to vote today, and it's very easy to do. So I always am a big fan of advance voting. I think it get it out of the way. You don't have to worry about it on election day, and you don't have to worry about lineups or anything.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is there a particular seat that you want to pick up that you may not have had before?
Many seats, I will say. Yeah, we are definitely very focused on flipping blue conservative seats to NDP orange. We are very focused on that. There's a lot of seats I'm looking at. I was just talking to our candidate in Belleville in Bay of Quinte, who just got the endorsement of the Picton Gazette, which I think is very exciting. And that's a seat where we feel really strongly that we have a great we have great candidates everywhere. But we're hoping we can pick up that. And Sault Ste. Marie, I know people, Lisa Vizeau-Allen there is a fantastic candidate. But look, there's seats all across this province, from Thunder Bay to Rainy River to Ottawa and Windsor, that we have excellent candidates in, and we expect to pick those up.
You just,
Do you think
you
that
just mentioned
candidate in the London area, who we've seen this video of her talking about wanting to be a black woman, do you consider her a great candidate?
I found that deeply concerning, those comments. We've reached out immediately as soon as we heard about it. I know she has apologized for those comments. I do find it deeply concerning. Yeah.
Are you going to dump her though? Like, is that good enough?
Look, I think, she's apologized, and like I said, we as soon as we heard about this, we reached out to her because it is concerning. I think they're inappropriate comments, but she has apologized.
But is there a difference? Sorry, if I can just continue on this one. Is there a difference? I mean, you have called for the Liberals to get rid of their Oshawa candidate with that post. I don't even want to repeat it, but what's the difference?
I think that, again, in this case, like, we immediately, the moment we heard about this, reached out to her. She's apologized, and I did find it concerning, though.
Can I ask you about international students just for a second? Because
Sure.
like Bonnie Crombie has a platform. In her platform, she's aiming to cut even further than the federal cap.
Yeah.
How do you think of what do you think of that?
This is I think it's look, I mean, the solution to our post-secondary crisis, which it is a crisis, and colleges and universities are cutting important programs that we need, that are going to build the workforce of the future, and so it's deeply concerning. And the solution to that is to properly fund our post-secondary institutions at the same level that other provinces do.
But
That's the
Marit Stiles'
solution.
government wouldn't cap the international students.
No,
any
absolutely
further.
not. Look, I mean, the federal government has made that call, and we know that programs are now being shut at colleges and universities all over the province. It's going to have a devastating impact, I think, on our economy, both local economies and communities where we have these institutions, but also in terms of our ability to train the workforce that we need. These are not contrary to what Mr. Ford said in the debate, not basket weaving. What was that?
Get him out of office.
Don't worry, working on it, Fred. Yep.
Marit, you have been saying that you're trying to turn some blue seats orange, but you have been campaigning mostly on NDP ridings. I'm wondering if you're worried about losing any seats.
No, we've been in mostly, I think, actually conservative ridings for the most part, everywhere we go, in Thunder Bay and here in the GTA today. I'm up in Brampton. No, I think in most of the ridings we've been in, I think we've been pretty careful to focus a lot on the conservative ridings that we want to flip to orange.
The NDP has traditionally had the support of unions across the board. Every day we're hearing from the Conservatives and from Doug Ford, including 2 more today. They've gotten more support and endorsements from unions throughout the province.
You know, look, I mean, first of all, I mean, a lot of the skilled trades have traditionally supported the government in power, and I understand why. My message to them has always been, an NDP government, don't worry. Whatever happens, an NDP government, we will be there to build the infrastructure, to build the homes that are going to employ your members, and we will invest in training. And more importantly, we will be the ones that are going to pass the labor legislation that backs working people in this province. That's what we're going to do. We have the support of most of the unions in the province, including, of course, big ones like private sector ones like the steel workers, like the machinists, as well as, and I will point out as well, you know, for me, it's also about like who shows up in communities to support candidates. And everywhere I go, I see education workers, healthcare workers, I see steel workers, I see machinists, I see personal support workers coming out to support our candidates because they know that we are the government of working people. We will be the government of working people, and that I will fight like hell for every
My
single
husband and I are
job.
voting for you. Okay, all right. We're from University of Roselle, and you know, our representative doing a fantastic job. I'm not going to give you my name, but okay, all right, ready to go.
All right, guys, we have to wrap up.
Well, just one more question.
I understand that that was surprising. Security guys might be having a heart attack right now. I understand that that it's your party that actually has the biggest tax break of this campaign. Adds up to, I'm told, $5 billion a year with the grocery rebate. What do you make of that? That it's the NDP with the biggest tax break?
Well, look, I think that I'm really proud of our grocery rebate program. I think it's meeting people where they're at right now. Everywhere I go in this province, people are struggling, and they're struggling to put food on the table. People who have worked their whole lives, who have multiple jobs, we need to do something to fight rising costs. And so our program is going to make sure that people have more money in their pocket and that they can put food on the table. So I'm very proud of it. And I think it is actually really, really important to understand that this is, we are in the midst of a affordability crisis. People need help right now.
Did you know that was the case?
I hadn't heard it put that way, but you know, I certainly think, I'm not surprised that our plan is going to help out people who are most in need, and those lower and middle income families that are really struggling right now. Yeah.
And if you can, you've been saying you're going after blue seats, but
Yes.
the Liberals have been openly going after
Yeah.
orange seats. So do you not feel that you have to defend against that as well? And if you
Well,
can
look,
answer in French too.
Ah oui, je vais essayer, mais je vais en anglais premièrement. I am really, look, I think that tells you everything you need to know about where the Liberals are at right now. They're fighting to regain party status in the legislature. They want to be the opposition. I'm not giving up. I intend to form government. I'm fighting to be the premier of this province, to make a real change in Ontario. And so, you know, I said yesterday, I think Doug Ford, when he called this election, he quit as premier. Bonnie Crombie seems to be quitting the fight. I will not quit, and I will not quit on the people of Ontario ever. And I really believe that leaders should be earning the votes of people, that people should be able to see their values reflected in the people that they elect.
Marit,
En français.
Oui, oh oui. Alors, je pense que Bonnie Crombie a quitté cette élection. Pour moi, je vais bâtir chaque jour, chaque journée pour créer, former un gouvernement MPD dans la province d'Ontario. C'est absolument essentiel que nous avons du change ici. Monsieur Ford, il a... yeah, that's what I'll say. Is that good enough? I think I pretty much did it. Okay.
Marit, you just said that the costed platform will come out soon.
Imminently,
really,
yes.
Imminently, like
Yeah.
today.
It is possible. I haven't had an update yet today, but we are going to be releasing it
And
very
the reason
shortly.
why I'm asking it is because we have only one more week ahead of election,
Yeah.
right? And don't you think that Ontarians deserve to know
Well,
the promises that you're making?
We
how
have
much it's costing?
we have been releasing costing on most of our the elements of our platform as we've been releasing them. But this is a snap election. You know, Doug Ford called an election 3 weeks ago. His intention was to catch us all off our game. Well, we are working really hard. My team has put together a fully costed platform. It will be released before the election, and I'm proud of it. And as was asked earlier, you know, we're actually offering, I think, policies and programs that will be game changers for Ontarians. Things like building affordable housing, bringing back rent control, which will mean a lot to so many people, bringing in a grocery rebate program to fight rising costs, fixing our schools, and very importantly, the NDP is going to be is the only party that Ontarians can count on to actually address the healthcare crisis that we're seeing throughout our province.
Do you have any worries that you might lose your seat?
Well, based on the reception I had here, no. No, I never take anything for granted. I am so grateful to the people of Davenport for supporting me over the last 2 elections. This is the 3rd election I will have run here, and previously as a school board trustee. I'm very proud of this community. This community I raised my kids in. My kids went to swimming lessons in this recreation center, and I work really hard to earn every single vote here, but also all across Ontario.
All right, guys,
Thank
we
you.
have to move on to the next stop. But
All right.
Are
Thanks
you
so
we
much.
will be if you need
I
Are you okay?
Not
That
a
was-
setup.
Yeah.
I guess.
Thank you.
Anyways, nice to meet you all.
I'm gonna